characterize this Swedish healthcare system in that way?
I mean, they're very hard to compare, to be honest. I actually did the U.S. healthcare system for our health systems class and was sort of looking at my old one to use as a template, and I'm like, this is garbage because it doesn't match. There's no real system that we have, and it's sort of just pieces of things in different places that aren't very well organized and overseen, whereas they have very specific organization, they have very specific funding, everything is already set. But I think also just the number of people and the size of the area and the locations and the distribution of people and things like that make it so much more manageable than what's in the US, of course. But just in general, I think I think ideally, I couldn't think of much better ways to deal with this. I personally can't think of any ways to deal with the waiting times that they haven't tried that aren't, nice. Like, they're very nice, but it's all, everything that I can think of and everything that they have tried, I can also see the downfall to them. There's always some issue. It's like, the restrictions and the rationing is helpful because, great, you'll have more available times and more available doctors if you stop letting everybody go to the doctor whenever they want for anything, but at the same time that will also prevent people that need care to get care as soon as they want to. So it's sort of a balance, and I couldn't really tell you exactly what kind of system in comparison to the US at least. But in comparison to other countries, it definitely makes more sense.
So, you've demonstrated this is not the best healthcare system in the world, right? In Europe, it's not the best healthcare system in Europe or in the OECD. Why did I have it? Why did I ask for Sweden specifically, and why is it the first one that we're hearing about? What do you think?
I don't know, I think it sort of seems like what you would ideally think a health system should work like, in a way that it sort of has both the private and public, though the private's not that dominant, so that it sort of, it is more publicly run, and it's, in comparison to the US where everything is private, it's a drastically different system to see what could happen if you take that sort of market incentive sort of out of it to an extent, but leave it in a little. I mean, that's the problem, is that they took out the market, they had no market incentive, then it was not sustainable, so they had to throw back in the market incentive just to make it sort of more functional, and now that's sort of going awry.
Right. So, here, you sit down. I'm just going to say a couple of things. Thank you. Ronnie, there's something you want to ask?
I think an answer to your question is that it's sort of midway between the worst healthcare and the best healthcare. And it's funny how people interpret this. If you do a research in Sweden and see how much they are satisfied, they would say it's bad and it needs a lot of reform and a lot of improvement. But in other countries, it could be an elite kind of healthcare. So I think it's kind of midway between.
So, go ahead.
Yeah, I had a question for Ariel. So, do you know how they managed to achieve 97% measles vaccination rate, especially with this growing number, or with this growing trend of vaccine hesitancy, especially amongst the educated?
It's a good question. I actually don't know. I saw that, and then they have a breakdown. They actually have very good rates, and it has been through at least since the early 90s. So I think that just generally they probably are.
There are no punitive measures, there are no sanctions.
No, it doesn't seem like it. It didn't mention anything. There was nothing. I didn't get much specifics.
It was just
did the statistics of the utilization of their systems and what they're getting. So I'm sure that they probably give it out for free, but because again, with a lot of they were saying infectious, the medicines for infectious diseases are free, so I'm guessing that vaccines will probably be included in that because they're covered by there's an agency for infectious diseases also that pays for those.
Isabel, the last question.
Yeah, a short question for Ariel concerning training of the medical personnel, because it's like they have nurses and doctors who work in the hospital and the community. I want to find out what is the motivation behind the fact that they have it. Is that they don't pay fees, or what motivates people to go into it?
Into healthcare?
Yes, and training and all of that. Why is there a high percentage of nurses and doctors here?
Good question. I really don't know, honestly. It seems like it's sort of a nice place to work. It's a good field. It seems like it's very well structured. They aren't paid so poorly. They aren't paid really crazy like in the States. They don't make insane amounts of money, but they do make good money.
Do they pay fees for training?
I'm not sure. I mean,
Yes.
they must go to.
Okay, so let me say just a couple things. First of all, I picked Sweden to go first because it is the purest, the simplest health system that I've seen. As complicated as it is, and we're going to talk about that in a moment, it's a pure, simple system. It was designed, at least, to be simple because it's a socialist model. Who owns the healthcare system in Sweden? The simple answer is the government does. Now, the government at the federal level does some things, at the county level, a county is like a province in Sweden, controls some of it, at the municipal level, the local level, others, but it's all the government. The government owns the hospitals, the government owns the clinics, the doctors work for the government, the nurses work for the government, okay? It's a simple, socialized healthcare system. But what's its problem as a socialized healthcare system? The problem is there has not been enough innovation. There's no stimulus to make it better. There's no capitalism. Okay? And as a consequence, what's the biggest problem? Ariel told us, what's the biggest problem in Sweden?
Well,
Waiting. Why?
Because there's no incentive to work.
There's no incentive to work. Okay? So why should you do 3 cases in the OR when you can do 2 cases and go home? Okay? Right? So this is a problem with a socialist system. Okay? Now, is Sweden a communist system? And the answer is no. There is private ownership. People do have incentives. They pay very high taxes. The highest in the world, right? Does it work? No, it doesn't work very well. Well, it works. It could be better. So, what you see in every healthcare system we will learn about is reform. Because it never works right. What's the demand for healthcare in Sweden?
Less waiting.
Okay, the demand is relatively high if there are waiting times, but it's less high than it is in many other countries, okay? Right? But there's still more demand than there is service available, okay? The service, the care is rationed in Sweden by waiting. Think about it. There's rationing everywhere. In the United States, it's by ability to pay, okay? In Sweden, it's by waiting. So, only the people who really need it get it in Sweden. Okay? Is it purposeful? I would submit it is purposeful, the way, because that's the way they ration care. Okay? Now there's one other point that I want to make. Well, and then we'll break for lunch. There's a term in Swedish, and I don't remember what it is, it doesn't matter. It's called the middle way. So from a cultural perspective, in Sweden, they have historically all been homogeneous. The Swedes, they all look alike, exactly, but they look very similar, they behave very similar, and there is a social pressure for us all to be the same. This is made for a very effective socialist system. We all get the same thing, same education, same healthcare, same car, same house, and we like that, and it's relatively simple. How many people have sat on Swedish furniture? It's simple. Eaten a Swedish breakfast. It's simple. Doesn't taste very good. Nor is it very comfortable to sit in, right? But it's okay. Okay? It's okay because you're used to it, right? So, the middle way has been a major way for the Swedes to operate. The sameness has made it easier to run a socialist system. Okay, two problems. One, the Swedes don't reproduce enough. There aren't enough of them.
They begged them at some point to produce, right?
Right, okay?
10, 12 years ago, they were
Right.
trying to lift up the.
Right, so what did they do? Now they're importing people. Okay? They're importing them from the Middle East. Syrians?
We're importing.
Importing.
Immigration.
It just sounds really funny, importing people.
Yeah, you need a certain rise in population to
Right,
keep the
right.
economy working.
And if you look at the Syrian immigrants, how old are they? Who are they? They're relatively young.
Yeah.
They're the future.
Relatively educated. In Syria, they're educated.
Educated, right? The problem is they're culturally different, and Sweden is struggling with this. Okay? Now, one more point. We talked about geography in health systems. And Ariel, she said this, I'm just going to restate it. Sweden geographically is not a very big country. Population is similar in size to Israel. Okay? So there are similarities between Sweden and Israel. Versus a country like China, the United States, Russia, which are huge countries geographically, Canada, huge countries geographically. And they cannot do in big countries as simple of a thing as you can do in a small country. I had a colleague from Finland, which is next door to Sweden, and he told me as they were doing some innovations in their health system, they could get all the key people in one room. This occurs in Israel too, maybe, okay? It's just the arguments are so tremendous in Israel. Okay. But in Sweden, they can do it. They can make systems innovations because they're small enough. Everyone can get together and make a decision. In a big country, you can't do that as easily. Okay?
There's one unique thing in Sweden, as there are others also in Europe. Sweden has no natural enemy, as we say in evolution.
Right.
They didn't have a war since maybe the Russian or Japanese war, and they have no threats whatsoever. So that's a unique situation to US, obviously Israel, Germany,
Right.
or other Czech Republic and other places. Right?
They've had an easy, it's kind of an easy way for hundreds
They
of
could
years.
have developed differently
Yes.
because of their investment in health in weapon could have been different
Yes.
than other states.
Okay, one more point and then we'll stop. Okay? So, if you are a socialized country and you decided you need to reform your healthcare system, politically, what do you do? What direction do you go? Left, right, or do you stay where you are? Right. You go to the right. Because reform, you always go in the other direction. Wherever you are in the scale, from left to right, if you're here, then you're going to go here. If you're here, you're going to go here. You're going to go back and forth politically. And because Sweden was far to the left, they, by their nature, are going to go to the right. And an example of that, and Ariel told us this, private insurance used to be 1% of the population. 1% is close to zero. Huh? 99% of the population had socialized health care. Now, this has increased 1,000% to 10%. Still a relatively small percentage, but it's a demonstration of a movement, political movement to the right. Okay?
So they're left centrist, left centrist.
They're still left central, but they're moving toward the right. As is the case in almost all countries of the Western world, at least. Okay?
Just a surprising fact, 7%, they get 7% of psychiatric healthcare, which was surprising to me.
7% of what?
I mean, of the whole healthcare, the expenditure.
Oh, 7% of business.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess, assuming that it's sort of not ignored us, but overlooked, I guess, in a sense, the more minor illnesses that they say that are covered in primary care because they may just get bumped in as just like primary care visits. And I'm not sure like the extent to what you have to be considered a minor mental illness versus severe mental illness, or what would be the cutoff. But I guess
It is overlooked all over the world.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to stop for lunch. Let's reconvene. It is 5 minutes to 1 at 1:45, okay?
145?
Yeah, a little less than an hour. Okay? 1:45, okay?
Ya, Danilo pone el show.